I am everyone's voice matters.
Growing up stuttering was one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with. My mom had 5 kids and I wondered why it had to be me. As years pass, I have learned to overcome my stuttering issues. And as I look in my grandson's face, I see that he stutters too. I am not alone in this fight, and there's plenty more out there just like me. So I stand now, all those years, I wonder why I stuttered. Now I have my reason. And everyone voice matters is my reason. We are everyone voice matters. I am everyone voice matters.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the chef. Once again, I'm the program director of one of the local radio stations here. But as I often say, I am not the superstar here. This lady is. I'm so honored to be able to talk with you. Sharika Mize, how are you?
I'm doing great.
I must say this. We've had 2 episodes.
Yes, we have.
Great reviews.
Yes, we have.
Hundreds of replies and likes.
Yes, we have.
And don't forget, share.
Yes,
I want to tell them that.
do.
You know what I wanted to do in the past series, we've talked with kids.
Correct.
But today I really want to have a sit-down fireside chat with the lady, the Herbie, the you.
Yes.
Before we do that, let's recap, because there are thousands who may not even know what are those people talking about. The foundation is called Everyone Voice Matters.
Yes, Everyone Voice
Let's start
Matters.
with that first. Everyone Voice Matters. What is Everyone Voice Matters?
Exactly what it says. Everyone voice matters. And I came up with that because the program is geared towards kids who stutter. Okay? So when I said everyone voice matters, I mean not just the people that talk normal like you. I mean, not saying that we're not normal, but not people.
Because girl, I'm not normal. I am crazy.
Well,
I am nowhere normal. My daughter don't believe it. The people on the radio don't believe it. So thank you for saying I'm normal.
Well,
I appreciate that. I'm going to go like your video. Go ahead.
Well, someone like you who can complete a whole sentence without having an issue with it.
Wow.
So I said, I named it Everyone Voice Matters because our voice matters just as well as yours.
I don't want to do it today because I want to hold the nugget. That nugget is, I remember when we interviewed you, you gave some statistics. In the next segue, maybe Thursday night, let's talk some numbers. Not only numbers, but those that are what we call celebrities.
Correct.
Those that grew up stuttering. In the next segue Thursday night, plus we're going to talk about bullying.
Correct. Yes.
Now, let's go into this part. Everyone Matters is the foundation.
Everyone voice.
Everyone voice. See, I told you I'm not normal, girl. I'm telling you, I'm not. Even the cameras on me, I'm not normal, not at all. You know. But when we come back, we want to talk about some things that I think is important.
Hey, this is Leroy Harper from Southern Lighting and Sound, Hype Gospel Entertainment, and Heaven 100.1 FM. And I'm excited to tell you, I support Lil Herbie. That's right, check out Lil Herbie series on YouTube today, tomorrow, every day. It's a great new thing for our kids. We got to get our community back, and this is the way. Lil Herbie, the series. Check it out.
All right. In some of the times in past, we did an interview.
Yes.
Time past, we talked about some statistics.
Correct.
We want to save that nugget, but maybe Thursday recording.
Yes.
Before we begin to read with another student, I want us to talk about some numbers. Is that okay?
That's fine.
They would be very surprised to know the numbers based upon even celebrities, those that have stuttered, even myself.
Yes.
You know, folks laugh at me, but I thank God for conjunction. What's your function? I would never be able to function if it had not been for that show. So your program is very well needed. So everyone's voice matters.
Correct.
Now, out of that foundation, you birthed different entities.
Yes.
The major one that everybody's buzzing about is the Lil Herbie series. Listen, let me clap for you. I'm excited about it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to be intimate about who is Lil Herbie.
Okay.
Can we do that?
I'll try.
We'll be right back.
I am everyone. The voice matters.
This is Lady T with Heaven 100.1 FM 1390 AM, and I want you to know that everyone's voice matters. Speak and be heard.
What's up? It's your boy Yada. Nowadays, it's kids out here that stutter and they're being teased about it, and it's adults that stutter and they're trying to hide it. Don't hide it. It's not a defect. You're just different. If you're different, that makes you special. And with that, I'm going to let y'all know about Everyone Voice Matters. It's a new organization going on, and it's helping people that stutter. Look it up. Check it out. every1voicematters.org. the1voicematters.org. Check it out and get back to me. Look, it's a movement. Get ready.
Alrighty, we're back. Oh my God, that was awesome. That was phenomenal. Let's be intimate in a moment. All right, Lil Herbie series. Everybody you got across the country is now saying, "I'm Lil Herbie. I'm Lil Herbie." I yelled at my daughter the other day. She said, "Okay, Lil Herbie." I said, "What's going on?" Everybody wants to be a Lil Herbie, but you taught us a very valuable lesson, and that is we all are Lil Herbie. May I say this confession? When I first heard it, I thought Lil Herbie was a little boy until I heard your story, and to this day, I'm blown away. Who is Lil Herbie? Alrighty, Lil Herbie series, but I understand the children reading, but I got this question. Confession time. Who is Lil Herbie?
Lil Herbie is me. The name, it actually can't. I have a son named Herbert, and I have a grandson named Lil Herbert. So the name came from them, but the person Lil Herbie is the person that's inside of me.
Wow.
You know, it's just it took me a while to actually be able to say that. It took me a while to actually be able to say anything, actually.
Wow.
It took me a while to actually be sitting here in front of this camera.
Are you serious?
You know, yeah, I always had my sisters or my brother or my close friends, you know, come to conversation. I would put them in the front. Put them in the front of people, and instead of me talking, because I was afraid of people would laugh or people would be looking at me strange. So I always held that Lil Herbie deep down inside.
How did siblings treat you when you were growing up?
Well, my sisters they gave me good support, but sometimes, of course, when they get mad, as siblings do, we fuss or whatever the case may be, and I was made fun of. I was made fun of from my siblings, but I'm sure that they loved me, you know, but still they didn't know that it hurt. But when they would tease me sometimes or get mad and say certain things towards my stuttering, even though I would even laugh or fuss back, well, I couldn't really get it out, but it hurt deep inside.
Do you think that there are children today that deals with not just stuttering, weight, a gap in the tooth, or something of that nature? Do you feel like sometimes they go not misunderstood? People don't really understand the pain.
I think a lot of times that's why sometimes certain kids that have issues that's why, matter of fact, is certain kids I can spot right off.
Wow.
That something is going on, because sometimes it don't have to be stuttering, but I see myself in them with certain issues that they do. A certain time they try to curve a certain way, you know. So I see myself in them.
I want to touch on something that you said in the past. We're gonna take a break, but I want to touch on something. I'll set it up, and then you can answer it when we come back. Okay. I remember you saying, children that stutters does something to take the place of what's happening. Can we talk about that when we come back? We'll be right back. Everyone voice matters.
I am everyone. A voice matters.
We're back. Oh my. Listen, you're doing really good. All right, let's talk about this. You've mentioned this in the past. And might I say, you've actually done some radio interviews.
Yes, I have.
One of the stories that you shared out of many, one of them was children who stutters. You can identify, because a lot of times, even yourself, you did things to make it comfortable, build some confidence. Let's share that story.
Well, actually, when I get kind of nervous sometimes. I grab my hand, but I still get a little bit out of it. But
that's okay.
Actually, people always tell me that I do well at just about everything I do. But they don't understand, even though I aim to do well. But they don't understand I exceed so far because of everything I had to go through. You know, so whatever I try to do my best at it. And some kids, when you're stuttering, you don't want to. We do certain things to avoid people from noticing that you stutter.
Okay.
You know, even in school, you know, I used to. People would tease me, but you know, I would sometimes act out. Sometimes I used to actually act out just so I can get suspended. But it's crazy, but it's the truth, you know, because sometimes I be like, oh, no, I don't feel like this tomorrow. But I mean, sometimes they just do certain things to avoid people from noticing that they have an issue.
I remember you telling me in the past, and some people would laugh, but I saw the seriousness in your eyes, and that was you would pat your leg or something of that nature.
Yeah. When mainly when you're stuttering, you can't get out. I don't know why. I don't know why I did it, but I had a thing where as though when I couldn't get a word out, I would hit my leg. I still to this day I can't tell you why I did it, but it seemed like it made things easier. You know, it's like putting me in a different comfort zone. Like people do things to put them in a comfort zone, and the hitting my leg was almost like a comfort zone to me. I don't know why. It sounds weird, but it does. I would pat my leg, or I would like turn away, or you know, and then I had the blinking of my eyes. Sometimes I still can't explain why I did those things, but I did it.
You are Lil Herbie. It's your story. You confess that it is me.
It is.
I want to talk about a very touching story that I heard you tell numerous of times, and every time I hear it, it resonated with me. And that was one day you were talking to your grandson. Yeah.
I was speaking. Well, I do have a grandson that's 8 years old named Lil Herbie who does stutter. You know, that's my baby. So and he was speaking one day, and he just was like, he just couldn't get it out. And he was like, Granny, he does the hitting on his leg sometimes too. But he's doing much better now. He turned to me, he said, Granny, I just can't say it. And I didn't let him see that I actually teared up or how emotional I felt when he said it, because I understood what he said. So I just looked at him. I said, yes, you can. Just take your time. I'm listening. And so I waited until he actually got it out. And then I walked off, and then I teared up. And he was one of the reasons why I graduated from high school. I just wanted just to get out of school. I just got my diploma to get out of school. And I never really thought about going any further until I had my first grandchild. And then when he started talking, I noticed he stuttered. But still to this day, he don't know that he's the one that motivated me to go back to school to get my degree. Because how could I tell him that he can do anything in life that he want? You know, he can go excel, he can go to college, he can be whatever he want. If I just stopped at graduating from high school.
You know, people across the world, you may not notice, they see you as a very positive icon. And I gotta give kudos to you. Most people who have challenges, such as stuttering or whatever the case may be, we crawl into a rock and that's it. We don't allow people in. But here you are, you're letting the world in to know that those that are quoting, I'm Lil Herbie, you're saying that there's a Lil Herbie in all of us.
Yeah, well, when you said, I know how I feel when you say that they crawl in the corner, because I did it for years. And even me working, going to school, doing all that, I still was doing it. But I didn't let the outer appearance, people see it from the outside, but it was in the inside of me. So I still had issues. But, I mean, I had to face it head up. I just had to realize, look, I stutter. And then that's when, you know, well, years ago when I was in school, that's when I started using the book. And I knew I'm the type of person, I'm determined to do something. And I knew that's the only resource I had.
Was to read your way out of it.
Was to read my way out of it.
And so now here we are, years later, Lil Herbie series, allowing kids and adults to come and read themselves out of it.
Yeah, it just takes time, patience, and I mean, and you got to be determined to do it.
The world today is watching this video, the Lil Herbie series, and we could have had kids on, but I wanted to take time and talk to you. I wanted people to know, because believe it or not, there are adults. When I had the first opportunity to interview you, I'll be honest with you, my heart was in tears. I just didn't say it because, you know, even people say, oh, you're on the radio. But the Lil Herbie is, I hide behind that radio and I can project to other people. When we come back, there's a story that I want you to share. And I think it's going to really bless people. The story pertaining to school, something happened in school. We're going to do that when we return. Once again, everyone's voice matters. I'm Lil Herbie, and my voice matters too. We'll be right back.
I am everyone's voice matters.
Alright, we're back. I'm sitting here with the founder, the guru. I'm gonna call you all these names.
No, I am not that. Don't do that.
But you know, I'm excited. Really, I am, because you're doing something with something that most people would just shut down with, and you've done some accomplishments, great things. A lot of people may not know this. I mean, high school graduate, a loving mom, a wife. Grandma, right? You look too young to be a grandma, but you've done all of these great things. Accomplished realtor in the days. Now, before I get into that story, a book that's coming out.
Yes.
Let's talk about that book. Yes.
It's called Herbie's New Home. It's called Herbie's New Home. I actually co-authored with Roderick Ingram, and Herbie's the Lil Herbie series is actually going to be a series of books as well.
Okay.
It's going to be everything that I went through elementary, middle, and high school. I'm not going to just stop at just elementary. It's going to go elementary, middle, and high school, and everything I went through.
Let's talk about the story. That I think is so touching. It was to me, and I think it's going to help someone. And that is that particular day in school. Let's talk about what happened.
I hate to talk about it.
I know you do, but I love that story. I love that story. Oh, man. Listen, y'all off for a treat. No. Short story, but a great story. I'm telling you a great story. What happened?
I was in middle school.
Okay.
I was in middle school, and we had this class. Everyone had to go to the office to read the announcements over the loudspeaker, okay? So every time it was my turn, I didn't go to school. I skipped it.
You skipped the whole school, the day of school?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't go to that office?
A couple of days.
Okay,
so
right,
they could skip over me. I'm thinking that I didn't have to do it. So I remember I went to school and I played sick. I couldn't do it. I went home. Okay. I played sick. So I went back to school. And 3 days later, a week then passed, okay, because your turn again. I got in trouble. I got suspended.
Wow. Just all because you didn't want to read?
Just because I did not want to go to the loudspeaker. So 3 days, I got suspended. So I went back. But the reason why I had to do it, because I didn't realize that was the project we had to do in order to pass the class. So I went to the office and, Chef, I didn't want to go. Wow. I was making a fit. But I knew I couldn't get suspended again. I couldn't do that again. Oh. She wasn't here in that part. So when I got to the office, I was trying to explain them. They had a long announcement. I'm like, I cannot say all that. I cannot say that. But they didn't understand why I couldn't say it. It wasn't like I could read it.
Right.
I knew what it said. I understood what it said.
Right.
But I knew it was not going to come out like that. So I got on there and said, okay, Sharika, it's your turn. I got on there, and the only thing I was able to say is, good morning, my name's Sharika.
And that was it.
And that was it.
How did it make you feel? You know, you have other kids who come in and they read this thing and it's over, and you've exhausted all of your excuses. You've exhausted everything you know how.
Yes.
And here it is, the moment of truth that you have to read it. And all you could get out was good morning and your name.
My name is
how did
and
you
I think that's the first time my mother really, I mean, she always knew I stutter and she always helped me, but I think that was the first time she really noticed that it really bothered me.
you.
Because they, so I explained to them, I can't read it. They was like, well, you need to be, I'm like, no, I know what the words say. I'm going back and forth. So they called my mother. And just so happened she was off that day because they was sending me home, getting spin it again. So when she came to the office and she was like, what's the problem? And they was explaining to her, and they showed her all of this I had to read. And my mother was like, she can't read all that. And they was like, why? You know, well, she needs to be in like a special. He's like, no, she knows what it says, but y'all don't know she stutters.
Wow.
And and they was looking at her like, huh? She was like, yes. She said, my daughter's very smart, but she stutters, and y'all need to get some type of help. She was just going off. She was going off.
Mom didn't stutter though.
No, she did. She said a lot of things. She probably, I was like, oh Lord, but she saw the hurt in my eyes, and she saw, you know, the water started coming, and then so we talked to the principal, and I did pass the class. I did get a 70, but that was when she really really saw how much stuttering really bothered me.
Is that the reason or part of the motivation now why you have this Lil Herbie series, and you take a moment out of the day to stop and read with kids? Is that the reason why you do it now?
Chef, this is the first time I'm saying it. You don't believe I still read now. I still, maybe not every day, maybe every other day, but I still pick up a book and kind of read, because you never get too old for reading. Wow. And you never get too old to be able to help yourself or encourage others to read. So reading is a passion to me. I'm not saying I like books, but reading is something that helped me. So I wanted to, and when I birthed the Lil Herbie series, I had to put that in there, because when you're dealing with the kids, I wanted to be able to show them, like, mostly kids who stutter, but what helped me can help you too.
You know, I thought about something you said, and I know you and I could talk on this subject for days, but I thought about something that you said, and I've watched the platform of Everyone Voice Matters, and you have the Lil Herbie series, and I think Thursday night we're going to tackle one of those entities, and that is bullying.
Yes, yes.
Bullying. People would not believe probably the statistics on bullying, and because children are different.
Yes.
And here you are, you know, at this time in your life, you could have actually just shut down and not say anything.
Yeah,
but here you are opening up, transparent to the world, and saying that everyone. Do you know that is powerful? Every one voice matters. I mean, thinking about the sound of that, it means that I'm black, but my voice matters.
Yeah.
I'm white, my voice matters. I'm a female, I'm a male, my voice matters. I'm skinny, I'm fat, I'm whatever. My voice. Do you know that is therapeutical to a lot of people?
I didn't think.
Oh yes,
I really didn't. I really didn't.
I listen. That's what has drawn the chef to the table with you, is to know now that I'm Lil Herbie too, but my voice matters. And there are thousands of children today that are being bullied. There is a young lady who works in the Cohesive Partner with us, Tamika, Sarah Anderson, and on Thursday they're going to do some statistics based upon bullying. And I think that it is so important, because something you said earlier, and that was your mom for the first time, you know, because she was used to you. But for the first time, she saw that pain. And maybe, Sharika, maybe by doing this, some parent is going to stop now and say, wait a minute, that's my Lil Herbie.
My kids can tell you now, I don't care how how old they are. I tell them now. I have my daughters in college, and I have a 27-year-old son. We'll be 27 in May. And growing up, I always tell them, I don't care what it is. Even if you think I don't like it, even if you think I want to approve of it, I'd rather for you come and talk to me than you go out there and get the advice from someone out there, and it can be the wrong advice. Now, I might not say what you want me to say, but I'll tell you the right thing. And I mean, and my son, just like, I mean, a year ago, he just told me some of the things he got in trouble, you know, and it felt good to me when he told me, you know what, mommy, they call me mommy, you always been there. And no matter trouble, no matter what trouble I got into, I just want you to know it wasn't on you.
Wow,
and,
that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and still to this day, that I tell them, I don't care what it is. So I'd say that to say to parents, sometimes you gotta talk to your kids, realize what's going on. It's certain things that kids feel like they can't come to their parents because their parents don't want to listen, or their parents don't want to agree. Even if you don't agree, it's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes. How you say it, right. And then they'll take it in and be like, even if they might not tell you right then, but they'll catch on.
Wow, that is phenomenal.
They'll catch on.
When we come back, I'm gonna take a quick break. But when we come back, I want to talk to you about something of this magnitude. I believe in my heart that those that can, I think they need to sow into this. You have so many dreams and admiration that you'd like to see. I was talking to you one day, and you said that you said, Chef, I'd love to have a building. Yeah. You know.
No, I said, Chef, what I'm going to have.
Yeah, that's what you did. That's what you did say. Okay.
We got 50 states.
That's what I'm
going to have is a center in all 50 states. That's what I said. Because that's what's going to happen.
Everyone.
I'm just telling you.
Every word matters.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
That's what's going to happen.
But, you know, that's true. That is phenomenal, because children all across the world, you know, deals with this, you know. And so we're going to take a quick break. We're gonna be back, and when we get back, we're going to talk about how folks can contribute to this great Everyone Voice Matters. We'll be right back.
I am Everyone Voice Matters.
Alrighty, we're back. Once again, we're here talking with Sharika Myers, who's the founder of Everyone Voice Matters, which houses Lil Herbie series. Yes. Which is reading with kids. What nights are those?
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m.
On the YouTube channel? Yeah,
on Lil Herbie series YouTube channel.
And there's a book coming out.
Yes, Herbie's New
series.
Home. Yes.
What is it called?
I'm excited. The first book is Herbie's New Home.
New Home. Wow, that is phenomenal. Listen, you all got to share this video. Yes, now, share. I want to say this. Even before I mean, I got involved, I heard your story, and it was just intriguing. It just drew me in, because I realized the Lil Herbie in my life. I saw it in my brother's life. I saw it in, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I have a brother who's in his 40s who dealt with the Lil Herbie of drug addiction, and I've seen many times how life has done what it's done with him. So Lil Herbie is not just stuttering.
It's not.
You have health and wellness?
Yes, Lil Herbie is any type of issues that people are dealing with, in life, period. It don't have to be stuttering. It can be, like you said, drug addiction, health, obese, bullying, low self-esteem. It can be anything that a person is dealing with and having a hard time getting over it. So it's not just stuttering.
You know, I was at your last function in North Charleston. Had a back to school function.
Yes, we did in August.
And there were many people might have been wondering, you know, well, what degrees, what certificates does she have? I'm going to let you answer that, and then I'm going to tell you what I heard. You go ahead. Okay. And you don't know to this day what I heard. And I'm going to share it with you live on YouTube. All right? I'm going to share it live. I'm going to share it live on YouTube what I heard. It's going to blow your mind what I heard. All right.
Go ahead. All right. I do have my high school diploma. I have my associate's degree in business. and I have a degree in life.
Right. Wow.
Life, like my nephew, my son, that was saying, we just doing life.
Right. Right.
Every day.
Wow. You know, I was in a conversation at your back to school. The young lady from Tennessee State,
yeah,
who's the
dean,
right, exactly.
Dean.
And they were in a conversation, and there was a young lady that said, "Oh, you know, does she have a degree in or a certificate in speech pathology and all this good stuff?" She said that she is the best person to do this because she has lived the life of allowing or helping children and people to increase their wealth knowledge.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell you that. She said that.
You did.
She said that standing there talking to the young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And sometime in life we think that it is the certificates or degrees, but that's not where it is.
Chef, I don't want. Let me tell y'all. I'm not sitting here portraying like I'm some speech pathologist.
Right.
I'm no counselor.
Right.
I'm not telling y'all that.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you I'm just me.
Right.
And
everyone
I had a Lil Herbie in me.
Right. Right.
And I've been through different life issues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody perfect.
Right. Right.
You know, but I know that I want to be able to address people who have these issues. Mm-hmm. Bullying, health and wellness, stuttering, low self-esteem. And I know that I can help them because I've been through it.
You know, Sharika, I saw you do something a few months ago. I'm not going to, you know, that's my friend, y'all. We partners in crime. Not in season, but not until Sarah gets here. But y'all see her on Thursday night. She is. She's from Wakanda. Yeah, she gonna get me. Yes, she will. And I'm saying it on YouTube. But I love her. I love her. I go to bat for her. But we just because it's a round table and we enjoy our company.
Yeah.
I saw you do something, and you know a lot of people have degrees, but they're not passionate about what they do. Mm-hmm. I saw you attend one meeting, not even at the whole meeting, saw and heard the needs of young boys, and went home and planted a seed. I saw that. I was like, whoa.
I didn't know he was going to tell me.
I was like, who does that? And then I realized it's somebody who really cares. So every one voice matters. Lil Herbie series could not be launched any better by anyone but yourself.
Yeah.
Someone who's transparent to the people to say, hey, I'm Lil Herbie. Yeah. Lil Herbie is not male or female, black or white. It's if you're dealing with something, you're Lil Herbie.
Yeah, and when I didn't know you was gonna talk about.
Yeah, I had to put that.
And I didn't know you
because we're having that intimate conversation,
but,
you know.
When
our producer Sarah Anderson said, "Y'all got to do the show," you know.
when I saw them little boys, when I saw it, I mean, like I said, we just up and getting going ourselves, but. I spoke with Sarah and I was like, man, we got to do something.
Yeah, the need.
I mean, we got to do something. Even, I mean, we got to do something.
Right,
I don't know what else to really.
Before I go any farther, here's I think one of the most candid or most transparent question I could ever ask you on this live too. And if it's
I don't know.
I got you.
Know if you I don't know what you want to ask.
Oh, hey, I'm the chef. I'm cooking up stuff always.
I know. That's why I don't know. Okay, but go ahead, chef.
Here we are. It's 2019. Okay, we're on a Tuesday evening. We're having that intimate conversation about the real Lil Herbie. Yes. Question: do you today? Do you feel that there are times that you still stutter?
It is.
Wow.
It is time that I mean that. Just because I'm birthing,
oh girl, you're gonna make me cry. Don't do it. No.
Just because I'm birthing the Lil Herbie series and the book going on, and we doing all this. I think I probably had twins and one still inside.
Yeah, what's up? I like that. I like that. I like that.
Because he's still here.
Wow.
He's still here. I mean, and it's times I still do stutter.
Right.
It's times where I still do make mistakes. It's time where I mean. That's life.
I got
That's
you.
life. So I mean, I would be wrong by saying, oh well, yeah, I did all this and I'm healed.
Right.
You know, I'll be wrong for saying that. I'm saying it's life issues, you know. And
can we say this? Let me ask, because something happened when you said that. I felt good. Can we say that the outward goal is not to never stutter, but it's to move forward?
The outward goal is that you can you can still stutter, but I'm trying to get across to them that you can work on it, you can help it, but you can still stutter and still be important.
Wow.
Still advance in life. Still go out there and do powerful things. Don't let stuttering stop you. I mean, not just stuttering. Don't let being bully stop you. Don't let having those. Don't let nothing stop you.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
Don't let nothing stop you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that question because some people watching may say, well, what is the outward goal? Is it, can I join because my child will never stutter again? Can I join because, you know, but it's really feeling good about you.
Dealing with the Lil Herbie inside of you. That's what our program is about, is being able to deal with the Lil Herbie inside of you, because that's where the problem come at when you can't deal with it, like people getting bullied. And they can't deal with it. Then some people commit suicide and do other things. People have low self-esteem. When they can't deal with it, then they end up getting in trouble. People be obese and being teased. People can't deal with it. They end up doing other things. So that's what I'm saying. It's not all about getting rid of Lil Herbie. It's all about accepting him and dealing with him and being able to cope. That's what it's really, truly all about.
That's powerful. You know, if I was someone out there and I had a building, I'd be calling the phone. Listen, I'd be crying. My Herbie told me to give me this building, the key to this building. That's what I'd be doing if I was you out there listening. So municipality officials, you know, listen, this program, and you know what though, on the serious note, this program needs to be in every Kaleidoscope school program. It needs to be in our schools, because this is something that's not a regular curriculum.
No.
Because the school puts you in a special class that, you know, kind of isolate you, make you feel worse sometimes, you know, and so I think that your program is really, I know, it is what's really needed, and not just on the level of children, but some adults that deal with, you know, some addiction or something of that magnitude. Let me ask you this before we go. How can those that might want to donate or seed or even read with the children or call you in to read, I spoke with a friend of mine, and he's already confirmed to me he's going to be reading with a group of young men, and he wants to come in, and that's Cyrus Birch from the Black Panther. He said to me he wants to come in and allow to read. He wants to read. He's so intrigued about it. He wants to read, and he reached out to me, matter of fact, this morning, and he made mention that, don't forget about me, Chef, don't forget about me. And I said, trust me, they won't let me forget about you. You know, Sarah's gonna make sure that, you know, we line you up and get you in the show. So that's important. So it's growing. People are feeling the vibe. I love it when it says, I'm Lil Herbie and my voice matters. I love it. But for those that want to seed, or those that would like to donate to this cause, because it's a non-profit.
Yes, it is.
It's a 501c legal non-profit.
Yes, it is.
So how can they get in contact with you?
We're asking any one of y'all want to donate. Y'all can go to www.voicematters with the s.org, and there's a donate button on there, and also on the website it has all the several different programs that we actually have. And if anyone, you have any questions, they can send us an email at everyonevoicematters@gmail.com. And also follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Everyone Voice Matters, on Instagram at Everyone Voice Matters and Lil Herbie Series. But on Instagram it's Little_Herbie_series. So follow us on all social media sites. And again, we're asking people if they want to donate. Please visit our website at www.everyonevoicematters.org and hit the donate button.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Please do it. This is a worthy cause. Sharika, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
I think this was well needed. We needed to talk to the hearts of people. We'll be back Thursday night. You don't want to miss it. We're going to continue to read, right?
Correct.
We're going to be reading with some young person. We're going to surprise you. The topic we're going to talk about is bullying.
Yes.
Once again, everyone voice matters. I realize I'm Lil Herbie and my voice matters too. See y'all Thursday night.
See y'all Thursday. Thank y'all for watching.
am everyone. A voice matters.